Hello, welcome back. Last time I played as Bombug in different game types, somehow implemented within the extremely limited confines of what I've exposed in this game. Just incredible what can be achieved, like far beyond what I would have imagined. By the way, that sacrifice altar thing was totally, so it's fixed now, was actually due to that change that I made to optimize... where am I? The replay reload in... where is this? Art contests. And that's why I want to test these out on myself during this playthrough before I make them public, because little oversights like that can make it through. Yeah, so was not in the public version of the game. That was all my fault, but it's now fixed. Okay, so with that fixed, I need to figure out what's actually going on in this room. So... yeah, these are all hot coals. You will explode if you ever sit still. Or try to bump against an edge. So with a 3x2 area for these two to move around, somehow they have to get to those corners. For that to happen, they have to cross this empty row, which only has that potentially for leverage. Or each other. So I spot something. Why do I have to boost here instead of there? Since I thought my goal was wrong, let's go ahead and try for this goal instead. Because that's just as good, and might actually work. So now... the way in which that's okay is if you're already in the bottom row. Okay, so White Star would be here. Green Moon would be here. Or... yeah, any of those equivalents. Like, I don't have to do a downward leverage against this immediately before doing that, do I? How does Blue Triangle get there? Well, boosting here. Yeah, okay. So, I think I've picked a better goal for myself. Okay, so I want... why am I doing this? It's unclear. But don't worry about that. Doing it anyway. Okay. Oops. What the... how did Blue Triangle ever get over to the left? I guess... okay, so ignoring... oh, that's not what I wanted. What I do want is... this. Okay. Alright, so momentarily ignoring Green Moon. Blue Triangle is the one to pay attention to. Here we go. So I've leveraged you in that direction. Going over there. You go up. You go over. Okay. Now the moon needs to move. Okay. Moon is moving. Alright, now Blue Triangle gets boosted there. And that's a problem, because that means Moon doesn't get to move up. No, it doesn't. Yes, it does. Yes, of course it does. Unless I go over, down... no. Can I relocate the triangle for a moment? Well, not really. Not like this. Okay, never mind, this is still a nightmare. Having done these things... see, doing that puts Blue Triangle in the no obstacle zone. Yeah, doing what I want. Just extremely not straightforward. Since I don't have an obstacle here, I can't realign for the boost. Because you just go south. You don't ever return to that location when I want to boost from this location. Like, I need you already out here with that in that spot. Okay. So how do I get this out here? Well, that doesn't do it because blue triangle's in the way. Can I offset the two of you like this? No. Not really. It's just getting worse and worse. Now blue triangle's in the bad spot and cannot return. I think. Here's a worse spot. Well, that's not what I want. Yeah. This is just impossible to do anything that I want to do here. I want some boost anywhere. But all boosts in any useful locations are strictly forbidden by the room geometry. Like, the two of you just cannot coexist in those locations at that time. First of all, I want to realign something here. Okay, so go farther to the right on that. Why would I want that? Don't I want the opposite? I don't know. Nothing makes sense. Anyway, the reason it seems more plausible to line up a boost here than here is because there's a wall on either side, so I can constrain your horizontal motion. You always end up too far east and then the moon can't reach you. The only way the moon could reach you is if it was already farther east than you, and the two of you squished against this surface, but that's not something I understand how to make happen. Let's try making up a way. You can't boost from all the way over there. This is unusable. It's way too far away from this. Like, you just cannot travel west that much in open space. It's impossible. I need closed space. No, this conundrum just never resolves. So is there a different goal that I can choose that will make sense? So there was the idea of a working precursor that looks like green here, blue there. You not in the westmost column. Okay, so how far east can green get? I mean, I'm ignoring a lot of things that are definitely problems. You two just keep ending up squished together. But I don't want it that way. Can I do that, but with the two of those in opposite order? It's pretty hard to get back south from here once I've boosted like that, so if I did that, I would need it to happen earlier. Okay, sure. So let's tuck one of you. Ah, order. Okay, just don't ever boost blue on this right now. Okay. Okay, green's up there first. Is that what I wanted? I thought I wanted the opposite. I think I did. No, what I'm trying to do is tuck blue in here, which means yes, I do want green up there first. Okay, green is up there first. Now I need some blue leverage. Okay. Okay. Not okay, not happening. Not doing what I want. You're there now. But now blue is stuck in this dead zone. Matches your dead zone. When did that happen? On that move. No. On this move. Okay. So that move is the illegal one. If I do this instead, I maintain the ability to move my blue. Okay. Do I actually? Only if I do it exactly like this. But I've done this before and it led nowhere. Right? I can tuck green away, I can bring blue over here. I can do nothing with both of you. Yep, that's always an option. And now I've made that move, which means blue is way up there and there's nothing I can do about it. These two are just too far away from each other. Blue is going to end in the dead zone. In fact, is it already? Not quite. Oh, that's kind of what I wanted. That's very much what I wanted. Hold on, this is pretty close. But I've had this before. No, this is nothing new. Not what I want. Kinda sorta close, but not quite there. So the horizontal constraint here is keeping you exactly in the spot that makes it impossible for green to boost itself up. So it'd be great if that could happen later somehow. But nothing can happen from here, really. Other than blue goes over there, or ends up in the spot where it already had ended up. So, alright, fine. So ignoring that constraint, let's pretend for a minute. Okay, so I see an issue here. Once I've made that boost, there's no resyncing these two ever. Well, I mean, it kind of is. Alright, so some hypotheticals. If I could make an approach that looked like this. You would boost. I could realign for some leftward leverage, I could realign for some upward leverage. This one would be all the way left, I could go here, realign for upward again. Okay, but then you're all the way in the right. Okay, so instead... let's make sure you would be in the bottom. You would be at... I don't know what position. Let's pretend it's here. Okay, that's not solving my problem. Hold on, is my goal actually completely wrong? Like, is it useless to get to this pressure plate first? It let green kinda climb up here, but did I need to use this for rightward leverage before upward? To get here? Why do I want this? Like, I don't understand what this even does. But everything would be different here if that bomb bug were still alive. Okay, but going back to that type of experimentation. If I could achieve this state with you in a sensible place, there are things that I could do downstream. What are other states that could look like that? After that boost, there is no potential for you going farther north. So I cannot reach this pressure plate if that's what I want. When we're over here, there's no crossing that much horizontal space in emptiness. So is there a pattern that looks like this that actually makes sense? There really is not. Okay, so this boost spot is strictly impossible, because any approach that puts blue triangle in there will have white star in the top row, needing to use leverage on green moon. This is the only place compatible with that, and that moves the blue triangle down, out of range of the boost. Okay, so that is absolutely not what I want. You are impossible. I go back to this approach. So if I'm going back to that approach, then the only way this works is if we're coming in like this. Okay, so coming in like that, what does that look like? What kind of approaches can get me into a state that looks like this? None that involve northward leverage on this, because that puts you into a gigantic dead zone from which there is no escape. So that means you have to climb this ladder and somehow get to the right of the one that's here? That's the part that's clearly impossible because there are no obstacles to the right of this pit. Unless the entry looks something like that. Aha, okay. So get these two out in that pattern. Right, right, down, left, left, up. That's two lefts, I need a third left. That's why that doesn't work. And there's no way I could have naturally this... well, if I did, that'd already be done. Right, right, down, left. Up boosts and that's bad. Left, up, I need another left. And no form of writing can get me a left. Okay, new idea. What about a rightward boost? What, to go here? Who cares about that? You can't go further north because there's no obstacle there. After that rightward boost, could I get this into a sensible okay, that's interesting. Get you in the dead zone here, climb all the way around with green, and turn it into a boost in this location, so you can reach that? Why, though? Why do I want to be here? This just doesn't seem like it does anything for me, but let's see if that goal is at least possible. So number 1 is to relocate blue triangle into this area. Okay, so you are in that little dead zone. Not far enough right in it. So what you wanted instead looked more like... oh boy. That? Hold on, what if I do this, 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 this... oh! That's the same dead zone. So I can either have you in this dead zone, or in this dead zone, but you can never have within your territory these two. However, I could do a boost from... okay, so let's say this is your turf. Ignore how bad that looks for the rest of the puzzle, it might actually be fine. Okay, so you're farther right now. Getting a feel for how to move things around a little more. So I'm not ready to make that move yet. Except I'm gonna have to be. Maybe that's okay. I don't think it is. Why not? Well, because now you're blocking the moon. I feel like the key to this is going to be just a lot more interference between moon and triangle than I'm using. There's just no way to set up the things I want. Okay, well you boosted left, good for you. Who cares? Yeah, so your roaming grounds are like that now. Can I influence them from here? Wait, maybe I care. I don't though, green can't get back down. When did I trap green? When I did this. Green is now trapped. So yeah, green's roaming territory looks like that. What if I climb blue up here, then climb green up, then boost blue once, get green all the way around. But if I boost blue with green, that means green's trapped. Yeah, so any boost from here traps green and does not reach the plate. Because there's no southward leverage, like no northern leverage to offset south available anywhere in this area. Unless this were held. But it can't be. Is there something I'm missing about this situation? Just like some major, like another way to walk around. These are all pits, so no walking on top of doors. No way to keep you safe for a moment. I doubt there's a way to just, like, break the mechanism. This makes it very clear there is not. No matter what this sacrifice altar does, that bomb bug has to die. It kinda ends the room. Okay, so, yeah, still just attempting to do the same thing. The same constraints. Nothing has changed. Bomb bugs with their stubby little legs have so much trouble climbing ladders. Like, I don't even have something that has plausible prerequisites. Any way to accomplish any action here. Okay, so going back to, like, the big picture. These two bomb bugs must reach these 2 points. This row is a gigantic obstacle because, unless one boosts against the other, a row of completely empty space cannot be traversed with any leverage. So one has to act as... Wait a second. No, I'm thinking about it right. So the boost is just using move order to use one as a leverage obstacle against the other. And it has to be in this order. Moon on the bottom, triangle on the top. Okay, spots where boost is useful. Potential usefulness in actually all of these spaces. Depending on your state, there is none that makes it strictly impossible to reach a pressure plate. Either this one or this one. I don't see what this one does for me. Seemingly nothing. But it must be something. But it looks like nothing. Maybe it's just for a quick realignment of... Oh, how is anybody who ever steps here going to get farther north? Kinda doesn't feel like they will. I think the only way this can be used is if approaching from the north, going south and getting westward leverage. I know directions are arbitrary. Sometimes I say the direction of the obstacle, sometimes I say the direction of the offsets. So if I say west, I might mean east. If I say east, I might mean west. Same for north-south. Just gonna have to fill in the blanks yourself. Anyway, I need to take a moment to see the future. Why is this connected to nothing? This has no connections. Weird that it's a toggle floor. Should this have no connections? It having connections or not has no bearing on whether the room is solvable as far as I can see. Maybe it had some in the initial room state from a fallen toggle switch or something? No, there weren't any of those. No, this just doesn't connect to anything. Okay. As soon as any bomb bug has reached its destination, I can just... No. They both have to do it at the same time? Wait a second. This is even more extreme than I thought. Okay, then that's what this is for. Okay. So the final move of the final move with White Star alive is after whoever's here has leveraged their way... Yeah, so somebody walks over here, putting the other somebody in that position. Step south. So we're here and here. Step west with this held, so you stay in place, this one realigns over there. Step north, and we got this location 7-8 and 13-8 occupied. Step north again. This one explodes, these both make it to their destinations. Okay. So I don't think I'm using generally this space, because again, we have the same row problem here, if I were to want to climb up there, that we have right here for climbing up here. So the direction of climb is more like that. And yeah, these two are horizontally uncomfortably far apart for climbing. 1, 2, 3. Yes, so that's going to have to involve this for leverage, but that's okay. Since this is here, I can basically bring those together. Okay. However, the initial problem still is insurmountable, just as much as it was. Nothing has changed with that. It does kind of look like I want them in the other order right now. Okay, so can I do the operations to reverse the order of these two bugs? No, because there's no leverage to the north, like none in this area. So once somebody has stepped in one of these two spaces, they can't step in any of these spaces anymore. Unless I like boost to the south using the moon. Okay, so let's reverse the order. That's easy. That's the natural way, like the natural orientation of this. So moon comes in first. Moon's up there now. Now, the question is, why do I want this? Parking moon there feels real bad. And also, kind of can't stay because I need to move the triangle over. Okay, that's fine. I mean, I haven't played as much with this arrangement. So that was a little downward boost for you, which is not actually convenient here. So I'll do it the other way around and have this. This looks an awful lot like something I wanted. How did I do this? Whatever I did that worked. Okay. Magic was performed by accident. I'm in a state that I wanted. I'm not questioning it, that's how it went. What the heck did I do? I'm gonna go to the end, back up a little bit. So Green Moon was way up here. What shuffle got these into the arrangement? Green here. Walk around that way. Use the move order so they can walk out in line. I did not see this as a very good precursor. Yep, so west, west, south, north. Okay, this is the state that it was impossible for me to visualize. So to answer my question, this is how I did this. Okay. So that was the important precursor state. Alright, now I'm here. Now the question is, can I do everything else? That was the primary obstacle, so I'm thinking yes. You need to come over and boost up. No, you don't. Not exactly. You need to go... I've put blue in a funny spot. That's okay. I can fix it. In fact, it will just naturally fix itself. Mostly. Actually, it doesn't really matter. It does a little bit. It's about to. I think you can get back. Yeah, okay. Well... that's not good enough. That is not good enough. Hold on, we got problems here. Okay, so like I had something that looked good for a moment. Maybe I'd do another boost. Can I achieve that? If so, I don't quite see how. Okay, that was a boost of sorts. Perhaps enough of one? Yeah, okay, you're both in the same row now. That's basically what I was after. Okay, as planned. As planned. There we go. There we go. There we go. Alright. It's fine. Just this was the bottleneck, like the thinnest little bottleneck. Not the thinnest bottleneck I have seen, but a very, very thin bottleneck. It's fine. Alright, co-op mode is done. Next time's gonna be tag team. I'll see you then.